James Monroe Iglehart, yo, we had to cancel the show in both NYC and Chicago. This is the concert that was about neurofibromatosis, but now COVID-19 is giving everybody neurosis. But you can still help. You can still donate. You can go to the website. Yo, it's never too late. I'm just letting you know, we're sorry about the show. We'll try to do it again next year, and I'll be there again, bro. But yo, for what you got to do, just go to the website, and you can still be that person to help with the good fight. So give that money and give that help. We'll be there. Well, I gotta go because I gotta stay in my house because they're telling everybody that they can't go out. But you can still give from the heart. All you gotta do after this video, go to the website, start.
Hi, everybody, and good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Thank you for joining us tonight for NF Hope Concert's inaugural live stream event. I'm Jeff Lebo. I am the co-founder of the NF Hope Concerts, and I'm happy and proud to work with NF Network to help NF families around the country. So that was James Monroe Iglehart. He is a Tony Award-winning actor, and he's actually going to be here live a little bit later, and we'll get a chance to talk to him. He might even surprise us with a little bit of a performance for us. I'd also like to thank our presenting sponsor, SpringWorks Therapeutics. SpringWorks is an organization that is working to help the NF community by finding treatments for it. And we are proud to have their logo on our screen the entire night. If you haven't had a chance to go visit SpringWorks and see what they're up to, please do. And we will keep pointing you their way the entire time, as well as mentioning many of our other sponsors who made tonight possible. So let's talk about why we're here. We are here to help the tens of thousands of people, 128,000 in this country alone, that are living with neurofibromatosis. The concerts were started 10 years ago in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we are coming close to raising $1 million to help these families. We are so proud to be a part of this and continue to work hard to make things like this happen. And obviously, the recent events with COVID have certainly thrown a curve to us, and hopefully tonight we will hit it out of the park. So there are tens of thousands of people living with NF, and we have to remember that even though it feels like life has stopped because of COVID-19, NF never stops, and it's so easily forgotten. So you being here, and I see that we have almost 500 people watching, means more than you know. So for those people who don't know, NF is a neurological disorder that is characterized by tumors that can grow on any nerve in the body at any time. There are symptoms that range from benign, very much like birthmarks, to more severe, like blindness and deafness, as well as the most severe, like disfigurement, severe cancers, and potentially death. Now, I am a NF parent myself, and I can tell you that of all those things, the thing that scares me and bothers me the most is that there is no cure. So we are here to help the tens of thousands, including my daughter, see a different life and potentially see a cure in their lifetime. That is why you're here. So how can you help? James talked about that website. Well, I'm gonna ask Brianna to come up on the screen real quick. She's gonna be my helper today. Everybody say hello to Brianna. We can't see you or hear you, but she'll be around to help answer questions, and she's my tech guru in the back. Thanks to Brianna. We'll bring you up again. So I'm going to take this banner off, and I'm going to bring up what James had in front of him. So you can help by looking beneath me. If you see right there, that's SpringWorks Therapeutics. They are our sponsor. But right next to that is something very simple. It says text NF Hope 20 to the number 76278. That is going to be at the bottom of the screen for most of the evening. I would suggest everybody get out there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to help make it a little easier and show you what it's like to register. All you have to do is pick up your phone, dial 76278 in that phone number slot, and type NF Hope 20 without any spaces. Once you hit send, you will automatically be registered, and that is how you're going to be able to help tens of thousands. It doesn't matter what you give, if it's $1, if it's $2, $5, 10, if you can give 100 or 50, whatever you can do, we want to make a difference for these people. And we're going to be around for a couple of hours tonight. And of course, this is NF Awareness Month. So give for the rest of the month. See what else you can do to help these families. So now that you know how to text to register, James mentioned a website. We'll have that up a little bit later. It is nfhope20.givesmart.com, and we'll have it up so you can see it. But those are the two ways that you can help. Remember, every dollar counts. Now, I actually have some people waiting in the wings, and they're going to be our first guests tonight. So I had a chance to perform with all of these guys. It was an honor. Across about 2,600 performances, or it was 27, I lost track. But I got to perform with all of them, and I'm going to bring them up on screen because, see, in Vegas, these guys actually used to help me host the NF Hope concerts live in Vegas. So let's bring them up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Travis Cloer. As soon as I take this away. There's Travis.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing? This is Deven May, and of course we have Erich Bergen. How you guys doing?
We're all old.
What happened to us?
We were so much younger before.
I
woke up with this on my face today. It was crazy.
I blame you, Bergen, actually. Somehow you're not looking any older. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the members of some of the original members of Jersey Boys. And
for some
you
reason,
can't get it
because of the COVID.
Oh, see, I just slick it back. I got good at it after 7 years.
Mine is actually like,
wow.
Wait a second.
Wow.
Wait a second.
That.
oh
Wow.
yeah.
And you're doing that publicly with 600 people watching. That's impressive.
Yes, I love that.
All right, so I got a question for you guys.
Well done.
Hey, how are you guys handling the pandemic? I mean, what's going on? You've already got New York and Vegas represented.
We here, just down the road from you, are doing a lot of homeschooling, which is a lot. It's actually not that bad. It's fun times hanging out with the kids, but we're getting by. We're just enjoying the family time and trying to do our part to keep everybody healthy.
Yeah. How about Vegas? I mean, how about New York?
Well, Deven is actually homeschooling me, which is weird.
So what is it you're learning?
You don't have a dog, I can tell right now, and he didn't eat your homework. So stop it.
I already learned to drive with you guys, so I can't.
All right, so we're obviously
2005, Erich.
Yes.
We're doing all this in our houses. Okay, so what is it you miss? What is it you want most to see when you are out of here?
I walked through Central Park yesterday, and it was really bizarre because people were out, like desperate to be out, and they were out, and they were wearing masks, and but it almost was like it felt like we were in a new world again. It felt like we were in some new world that we never seen before. I mean, you just take so many things for granted. And then I found one Starbucks that was open.
Wow.
And I know, and I have to say, it tasted so much better than it ever could. And it's like you take for granted the little things. So
could you go in to buy, or did you have to?
No, there was they had like a bar pressed up against the window, so you did the mobile order, and then
gotcha.
But I don't know. You learn that you take a lot of these little things for granted.
Yeah. So here's a question. When you get back out there, is there anything you're going to want to be the same? I mean, have you learned something being stuck in your house and changing your habits that you're going to want to keep afterwards?
To keep the new things?
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is all. It's definitely forced me to slow down a little bit and reevaluate the things that are important to me. I've been on the road a lot over the last couple of years, and to be able to sit at home and have this time with the kids and my wife, it's been a blessing. So I'm going to try to just, keep that mentality of appreciating that time with them,
Yeah, agree. All right. So Bergen, we'll address this one to you, but so what's happening with production? I mean, were you guys in production for Madam Secretary? Are you postponed? Have they pushed the season?
No, we have been canceled, but thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah, that's good. That's right.
Deven, you have a question?
Yeah. I can't hear a word Jeff is saying.
Oh, see, are you on your phone?
Not that that's ever made a difference.
I'll translate. That's fine. Deven, Jeff just asked if
I'm not that old.
That doesn't help him hear better when you're louder.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, when you have a question for Deven, you just tell me.
All right. So to ask Deven what he's up to. What projects are you having?
Oh, Deven, what have you been up to?
Actually, what have I been up to? I've been in New York, and I did a show called Scotland, PA last year. That was fun with Roundabout Theater Company, and the audition thing. And I do have a guest star, appearance.
Oh,
come
on. Appearance.
Deven's baby for the win.
Macaulay James
Oh.
Carlson May.
No.
Wow.
Too much.
Love
And
it.
he is 5 months old next week.
Wow.
Check that out.
You want to see this little guy?
Hi.
Wow.
He's gonna scream now.
I have
Oh my
What's going
God.
on?
tell you later in the future.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, he has very strong reaction.
Wow.
He has a very strong reaction to Bergen. He can't hear him, but he still has this very strange.
All right, so I was
You're
going to
scaring
ask
him.
for. I was going to ask for a funny
We have been surviving our lockdown here, our shelter in place, because this guy is just a bundle of fun. And being new parents, as most of you know, except for Eric, that it's just, this is all you do is you hang out with and to have the opportunity to get to spend 24/7 with this little bundle of joy.
Oh my gosh.
He's amazing.
All right, I was going to ask a question of everybody about what their famous.
Cannibals.
Yeah, I was going to ask what their favorite Jersey Boys.
Asking a question.
I was going to ask what the favorite Jersey Boy story was, but since he can't hear us, I think we need to ask how many of you thought that Deven was going to be a dad?
I did not think Deven was going to be a dad. No,
Never.
I didn't see that coming. But I'm glad.
Oh no, he's not mine. No, he's not mine.
You found him and you can't get out now to return him.
That's right.
That's right.
So
No. Yeah, no. I have to tell you, you guys know, but being a parent, it's changed my entire perspective on everything. It's. I've never loved someone so deeply for no reason at all other than his existence. And I'm gonna weep right now, and not just because of Bergen's hair, but because of what I feel for this child, and I know that bringing it back to NF Hope. I mean, if my child had some sort of issue, and it was I would do everything that I could. And so, Jeff, I just got to say, buddy, you've been at this for so long, and you've been doing freaking the yeoman's work on this. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy to be here 10 years later.
10
It's
years.
amazing.
10 years.
It's amazing.
well done, Mr. Lebo.
Yeah. So,
You're alive? What?
We're all 10 years and we're all still alive. We made it.
I'm not sure how, but we did. Well done, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, no,
That's going to be alcohol later tonight. So, everybody, we got to do a really cool project. What was it, 3 weeks ago now?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, we Travis approached us and said, "Hey, I got a cool idea. Let's get some of the original guys in Vegas together. We'll do Sherry." So I'm gonna end this interview by saying thank you and Deven. It was good to see you.
He says it was good to see him.
You don't have to scream.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
But this is Sherry.
Yeah, I wanted to give you guys Mario.
Yes.
Mario May.
Aha.
We're playing the video now, Deven.
Again, stop screaming.
Oh, sorry.
Guys, thank you so much. It was great to see
Love
you.
you guys. Stay
I'm
safe.
gonna call you and do it with words next time, Deven. Thanks for coming on, guys.
He said
guys.
something else.
This is Sherry.
Roll tape.
Sherry, baby, Sherry, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Sherry, baby, Sherry, won't you come out tonight?
Why don't you come out
To my twist party,
come out
with shine. Come out. Will you dance the night away? I'm gonna make you mine. You better ask your mama.
Cherry baby.
Tell her everything is alright.
Why don't you come out?
Put your red dress on.
Come out.
Ooh, you look so fine.
Come out.
We're moving nice and easy. Girl, you make me lose my mind.
Cherry baby.
Cherry, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Cherry baby. Cherry baby. Cherry baby.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm going to, again, always be pointing down to that number. If you haven't registered already and you want to help us, don't forget to text NFHOPE20 to 76278. That is the word NFHOPE20 without any spaces to the phone number 76278. Speaking of people that are helping us, in addition to our presenting sponsor, Springworks Therapeutics, we've had the help of a number of companies that we'll be talking about throughout the event. Especially Tito's Handmade Vodka, who has been incredibly generous the last few years, and some of the local companies that made contributions for our Chicago concert and decided to keep that money in play to help this organization. You too can help this organization. Don't forget, every dollar counts, even if you can only give $1. It's going to help somebody. We'll talk a little bit more about what that's going to do, but we also wanted to talk about Chicago and New York. Now, we were supposed to have our Chicago concert on March 29th. We were supposed to have our New York concert tonight. This is actually in place of it. And, along with that, of course, some of the very talented people that were supposed to perform didn't get on stage. One in particular, her name is Jay Hale, and she is actually one of the NF community. She has NF1. She's very talented, and I needed to get a video from her, and I think she sent it via Facebook. So we're going to be sharing that on our Facebook account this week. But we say thank you to Jay. She has NF1, as I mentioned, and she uses music to help inspire her. And that's exactly what this concert is all about. And speaking of inspirations, I actually have my own inspirations. But before I bring them up on screen, I did want to talk about one of the many generous organizations that's helping us. Tito's Handmade Vodka has an incredible program called Love Tito's, and they have been very generously contributing to the NFL concert both in Chicago and Las Vegas for the last 3 years. We have been able to do things that we couldn't have without their help, and we are honored to have their support right now as well. So I'm going to take that away and also quickly remind you that we have an incredible lineup of talent tonight. James Monroe Iglehart, you've already seen a little bit of, you'll see more of him soon. Pop star icon, I should say, Debbie Gibson will be with us. Jazz sensation and world-renowned musician, Dave Cause, as well as the guy on the left you've already seen, Erich Bergen, Jessy Schram, who's currently in Chicago Med, and you've seen her also in Once Upon a Time. And of course, American Idol finalist Jasmine Trias. She is also an international multi-platinum record-selling artist. And then, of course, later, we also have a very special conversation with Golden Globe, Emmy, and Screen Actors Guild Award winner, Gillian Anderson. So, as I mentioned, we all have our inspiration. My inspiration is actually what started this in the first place. Sitting just off screen here is my beautiful daughter and my even more beautiful wife. And they're both my inspiration. I'm actually going to bring them on, let them say hello, talk to them for a second. You can just stand. We'll do it casual. Everybody, please meet Emma Lebo Emma Lebo, and Melody Lebo. Emma Lebo is not only my daughter, but she is the reason why we have raised almost $1 million for this cause and for NF Network. And not only do we love her, but we do everything we can to help her. She has NF1 and has had, how many MRIs? 17 MRIs in her lifetime. And I know she doesn't enjoy the MRIs, but she sure does enjoy the cupcakes she gets when she goes to them. You want to say hi? What's been your favorite part about being locked up at home?
Nothing.
Nothing? Really? You want to go to school?
We love homeschool.
Yes. And of course, speaking of homeschool, we are the teachers. Since I've been doing this, Melody's been more the teacher. So everybody give a very silent round of applause to our very well-established homeroom teacher here at home, Miss Melody Lebo. All right, I'm going to let them go. We're going to keep going. But remember, as you give $1, $2, whatever you can, this is just one of the many faces that it's helping. And we can't thank you enough. Bye, everybody. Here's a little bit more about what inspires us.
Emma. She's got this inner spirit that is constantly shining through.
She's funny, she's smart, she's witty, she's silly, adventurous. She wants to try everything, including food. She's a huge foodie.
Coconut milk, coconut fat, coconut.
She just wants to sort of show people what she's about. And when you meet her, there's really no secrets. You know, that's what you see is what you get, and you get plenty.
Sister, I don't want a mister of the radio.
She was about 3 months old when her pediatrician asked us about these birthmark type spots on her that we had noticed. And she said, you know, there's some here that I haven't seen before since our last visit. This could be a sign of this neurological disorder.
NF is short for neurofibromatosis.
And neurofibromatosis, or NF, is a neurological disorder that's characterized by tumors that can grow on any nerve in the body at any time.
We never know when one's going to show up. It's kind of a ultimate of the unknown with NF.
And unfortunately, as a parent, there's also no treatments and there's no cure. So it's a constant fight to try to figure out how to help your child and the thousands of other people with NF.
Who can we call? Who can we talk to? Because nobody, our family, our friends, knew what NF was. And so there were two choices when we started looking online, and one was NF Network, and we got the CEO, we got Kim Bischoff right away.
She said, how can you help? You know, can you think of anything you can do? And I said, sure.
That's what I was gonna say.
I never met someone
Who thinks so much like me? Jinx, jinx again. Our mental sing.
It's just a feel-good concert. It's intimate yet big.
A massive way to raise awareness in a world that made sense to me, which is entertainment.
Sometimes you feel helpless as a parent because you can't take this away from your child. And so what we did is create a concert that can give back.
We've taken it and we've turned it into something positive that we can do to help not only Emma, but that helps thousands of others. It doesn't necessarily take it off my mind. It gives it that positive purpose.
Once upon a tree.
The goal of it being in a couple dozen cities around the country has started.
The dream is in reach. We keep growing it, and I don't think there's anything to stop the NF Hope concert from reaching more families and more cities.
Thank you again for being a part of this today. We do want to thank some people. I see Jill Collins very generously has made a contribution of her own. I see Libby Hoover. Thank you so much, Libby. Libby is a friend of ours here in Las Vegas who's made some very significant contributions. Shelley Hawkins has also helped us. If you want to, there's also a number of people who have helped us at the bottom of the screen and so many more. Just so you know, everybody, with everything going on right now, we are actually already coming close to $29,000 in contributions. And that's amazing. We of course want to see more. We want to do better than this. And really, we'll talk about it in just a second. But again, anything you can do is going to be is going to help. And now, just to show you how little it takes to help a family, I wanted to talk about something that we do every concert. Now, normally this is a live thing, and we do it, and we try to raise money in a matter of 10 minutes, inspired by what something as simple as this can do for an NF family. This is a folder that we got after Emma was diagnosed, and we reached out to Neurofibromatosis Network. We made the rookie mistake, by the way, of first going to Google. We Googled it, and what you see is frightening. So the next thing we did is we looked for an organization that could help us. And what we found was Neurofibromatosis Network. NF Network is an amazing grassroots organization that is not only aimed at finding ways to fund research so that we can find new treatments, like the very first FDA-approved treatment for plexiform neurofibromas that just recently came through, but also the many more that will follow. And but they're not only helping that, they're also helping the people living with it. This is one of the ways. It might seem silly. This is a folder full of pamphlets. And essentially, this was, amazingly enough, one of the most valuable things that we got when Emma was first diagnosed. It has books about what it means to have a child with NF. It has resources to look up. It has information from doctors. It has lists of doctors that you can reach out to. And it even has a book that is written by kids for kids, so that kids who have NF can try to understand what that diagnosis means. This little folder here, and the updated version, is $25. So when we say that every dollar counts, this is one of the ways. Now, like I said, normally we try to get as many of these into the hands of new NF families as we can, and we try to do it in a short amount of time with these live events. But obviously things are changing. So I wanted to show this to you because we reached over 1,200 families last year. That means 1,200 new NF families who don't understand what it means to have a child with NF, who are looking for the resources that they need, are going to be looking for something as simple as this. For $25, you can give a family the peace of mind to move forward with this and try to figure out the best way to help their child or even themselves. So here's what I'm asking. 1,200 of these at $25 a piece. Oh, you're going to make me do math, aren't you? At $25 a piece, 1,000 of them is $25,000. $25,000 is a good goal. If we can figure out a way to pay for 1,000 of these, and we can dig into our pockets and grab that extra dollar or whatever it means to us, it means that every NF family will have a place to turn to, and that place will be NF Network. Obviously, we are dealing with many challenges at NF Network, as everybody is, with nonprofit and for-profits. So the fact that we have 700 people watching us right now and offering help, I see the numbers continuing to go up. Thank you so much, Julie Marcus, for your contribution that just popped up. So we want to make sure that we get that $25,000 at least so that we can help these families get this. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So to inspire you as you think about how you can help an NF family with something as little as $25, I wanted to introduce you to an incredibly talented performer. Her name is Ruby Lewis, and she has submitted a video for us that I am looking for. And I will find it and put it up in just a second. Ah, see, look at that. I gave you a tease. All right, we're going to be working on that in just a second. In the meantime, I'm going to actually provide you with a little tease. So Gillian Anderson, we had that interview with her a while back, and just last week, and we talked about a lot. We talked. It was kind of amazing to be sitting and talking with the Gillian Anderson, but we talked about everything from what it was like living under quarantine. We talked about how it's affecting the film and television industry, and of course her career right now. And of course we talked about her very special connection to neurofibromatosis. I have this broken down into a few segments here, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to see the first segment right now. We're going to have more of that interview with Gillian Anderson just a little bit later. I think we all are very forgiving of the technical difficulties. It's different when you're in the driver's seat. So thank you so much for kind of going with us on this ride today. We're going to get Ruby's video available in just a second. Until then, I just want to let you know that not only will there be 2 more opportunities during this broadcast to see the rest of that interview with Gillian Anderson, but in my conversation with her, she offered up something very generous. She actually has offered up 2 30-minute Zoom sessions for Raffle. So if you are registered by typing NFHOPE20 to 76278 or visiting nfhope20.givesmart.com, you can register and you can start buying your raffle tickets. The tickets are only $5 a piece. You can get 5 for $25. If you buy, if you spend $50 or $100, you actually get more. You can get 15 for $50 or 35 for $100. So if you would like to go on and wait for your opportunity to, or look for your opportunity to win a private Zoom session for you and 2 guests to speak with Gillian Anderson, this is your opportunity. I'll remind you about that a little bit later. In the meantime, I'm going to move on. I don't necessarily see our next guest, so this is just one of the things that we're going to have to work around. So let me just quickly talk about our presenting sponsor, SpringWorks. Like I said earlier, they are an organization that is doing research to help the NF community. And they are on the path to potentially having yet another FDA-approved drug like the one that is currently available. And we're honored that they have supported us today. To talk a little bit more about that are actually members of the SpringWorks team. Here you go.
My name is Jens Heinstrup. I'm the Chief Medical Officer at SpringWorks Therapeutics. First, let me say that we are proud to be a top sponsor of the NF Hope Concept Series. At SpringWorks, our mission is to develop life-changing medicines for patients living with rare diseases and cancers. And that is exactly what our team is trying to do for the NF community. We know that it's devastating to be diagnosed with neurofibromatosis for families. And it's even more devastating to be told that there are no available treatment options. We are working hard to change that for families with NF1-associated plexiform neurofibromas.
Hi everyone, I'm Mary Smith, and I have the privilege of leading the clinical development program for mirdametinib. In 2017, SpringWorks was created to prioritize the development of promising medicines that Pfizer was not able to bring forward. Since then, mirdametinib has been a key focus area for us. We're working hard to enroll our phase 2 clinical study to collect additional safety and efficacy data of mirdametinib in both children and adults with NF1-associated plexiform neurofibromas. At SpringWorks, one of our core values is in it together. That not only means that we work together as a team, but it also means we're all in with our partners. SpringWorks is honored to partner with the NF Network. They are an incredible organization doing important work for the NF community. I firmly believe that by working together, we can change the lives of those affected by NF.
As I said, we are so proud to have them as our presenting sponsor today. And we have actually worked with them previously. They've helped us in New York, and we look forward to continuing our relationship with them, helping them get patients for the clinical trials and help get those drugs out there. So as I mentioned earlier, the Ruby Lewis offered up a beautiful performance for us. Due to the wonders of technology, I fixed it in the background while everything was going on. So you may know the name Ruby Lewis. She was a star of Paramore on Broadway. She has starred in a number of productions out here in Las Vegas, including Maryland and Baz. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ruby Lewis.
Hey everybody, I'm Ruby Lewis. Thank you so much for supporting the NF community. It's near and dear to my heart, and I think especially now, we've got to do everything we can to lift each other up and inspire each other. Every dollar counts, so if you can, please give, and please enjoy.
Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hope for some we barely understood. No, we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. Oh, yeah. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to give. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe? Somehow you will. You will when you believe. In this time of fear, when prayer so often proves in vain, hope seems like a summer bird too swiftly flown away. Yet now I'm standing here, my heart so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. Yeah. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to give. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe? Somehow you will. You will when you They don't always happen when you ask, and it's easy to give in to your fears, yeah. But when you're blinded by the pain, can't see the way into the rain, small but resilient voices, hope is very near. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to give. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe? Somehow you will. Somehow you will. You will when you believe. You will when you believe. Just believe. Ooh,
Thank you, Ruby. That was amazing. Definitely #1 on production value. So it's amazing how much generosity there is in the performing community, and so many people have stepped up. And we're going to be introducing some more of that very generous talent in just a little bit. But first, I did want to say some thank yous. I continue to see some very generous contributions go by, but I couldn't help but call out a family who has helped the NF Network for so many years now. The Pilkington family has been so generous, and we thank you so much for a breathtaking donation, $5,000 towards this cause. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, with all of our sponsor contributions, we're actually coming close to $40,000 raised already. We still have more than an hour left of our evening, and of course, NF Awareness Month goes through the end of May. So we ask for your help right now. Again, it doesn't matter if you can give $5,000 or $5. Whatever you do can make a difference, and we certainly ask for your help. So thank you for your generosity, and going back to our incredibly generous talent, I can see that I have somebody waiting in the wings, ready to go, even though we are ahead of schedule here. Ladies and gentlemen, Jessy Schram has appeared in Once Upon a Time. She's been in Nashville. She's done numerous projects with the Hallmark Channel, and she's currently starring in Chicago Med. She's definitely a face that you'll probably recognize, and we are proud to call her a friend. She is going to be joining us right now for a little talk and even a little performance. Hi, Jessy.
Hi.
How you doing? It works, right?
I know. Well, I've been waiting in the wings, and I realized there's like in the wings, there's like a little back web room, and I was the only one in it. And then I saw real quick mute there because I was singing along, and I've been having fun in the background over here.
You were safe. I promise. I could see you dancing, but you were safe. So, all right. I know that some people are hating this because they're not. They like going out. They're active people. Some of my friends are actually introverts, and they're like, "This is kind of the same as always." So which one are you?
I am that mixture. I'm the social introvert. There's been a lot of Zoom game nights, which have like kind of changed my spirits on everything. But I'm really loving being home. I am a homebody. I just don't give myself the time to be a homebody. But it's like I'm getting done everything that's gone to the bottom of the priority list for like 3 years, it feels like. I'm getting so much done. So I love being home, besides the fact that there's a pandemic out in the world. So.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, the cause is not great. The result and the lessons are interesting, right?
Yes. I mean, every day is a new day. Every day we check, my friends and I check, and we're like, how are you today? Not, you could say your week, but like, what is today? Yeah.
All right. So we know that you've done projects. Is there anyone in particular that you've had a lot of fun doing while you've been stuck at home?
I did Chicago Med. So I was just doing Chicago Medical, which is a Dick Wolf show, part of the One Chicago universe. And I'm originally from Chicago, so it's been amazing to be home, working with my hometown people and seeing my family all the time.
Yeah, you've obviously helped us in Chicago before, so we're happy that you're able to do it remotely this time. Although we obviously prefer when you're in person.
I know.
All right, so I haven't asked this question yet, but I intend to ask a few more people. What is the strangest thing that you have done in quarantine? Because we all have them, right?
Oh gosh! Again, what day is today? What are we doing today? So, oh man! I mean, I'm very lucky to have a backyard and be quarantining in Los Angeles, where it's been crazy hot, but I'm very lucky to be in a place where the weather is good and I have a plot of grass that I get to go outside and not be scared of the world. We have a little hammock, and I got out of the shower the other day, and I put the towel on my head. I put on some weird dress because I've been cleaning my closets too, and I just like laid in the. It was an odd moment, but one where I'm like, why don't I do this every day?
Right, exactly.
Like yesterday, which is too crazy.
I can tell you one of my habits I'm going to break is drinking, but but yeah, it's interesting. This has been an interesting lesson in what matters to everybody, right? And so I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. So about work. You know, obviously production is kind of shut down. I had this conversation with Gillian Anderson. So what's going on with Chicago Med? Are you done with your production for your character?
Well, they decided to end this season early, so we had 3 more episodes to film. We literally did a table read on a Wednesday, and they were telling us, you know, at some point we probably will have to shut down. Someone with COVID tested positive on stages next door, so they knew it would happen. They just didn't know when. And literally, we got dropped off back at our homes, and we got the email, everybody needs to go home. You know, production stopped. So it's been a crazy ride. We had 3 more plans. They did the season finale on one that wasn't supposed to be, but you know, there was a lot of action and we got to go outdoors for that one. So it was a great episode to end on, even though unintentional. But yeah, we have no idea when we'll be going back. And I know that one of the things that they said is no matter what, when we do come back, whatever the standards are, we're going to try and do them even higher, even more so than just like the regular baseline standards to keep everybody safe.
Right. So you actually have a connection to NF, right? Tell us about that.
Yes. Okay. So, you know, I'm just for 1 second, because I'll just put that down real quick, my prop. Eli Oberlander. I went to school with Eli Oberlander, I believe, since 1st grade all throughout high school. And I always say Eli was the skinny little kid with a really big fro. And Eli didn't have to come to school for a certain amount of time. So we all just thought that he was having fun. Eli doesn't have to come to school. And when he came back, his fro was gone and he had a really big scar on his head. All throughout high school and everything, he would miss different time periods, and we knew that something was different with Eli, but didn't really fully understand it until in my later years, I understand that it's neurofibromatosis. So all through his life, he's been struggling with that. Yes, I got not neurofibromyalgia, it's neurofibromatosis. But Eli, it was just so profound as a kid, you know, seeing his fro there, and then one day it was gone, and we always knew that there was something a little extra to be careful with him, but we didn't really fully understand why. And now looking back, I understand that this is a lifelong thing that he's had to deal with. And even though he was so skinny and we had to be more careful with Eli, he was the strongest out of all of us. So Eli and I have kept in touch, and he always reaches out about NF and everything, and just he's touched my life in that way. So whatever I can do to help support, or I'm constantly learning more throughout the concerts and through different people speaking. I'm learning more about neurofibromatosis all the time.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your help. Now you're going to play us a tune because you just took off your guitar and make you put it back on again.
Yes, I know. I feel like I really needed my hands for that conversation, and I don't know why.
So what are you going to play for us today?
I'm going to play Patsy Cline's version of Crazy.
All right. Well, take it away.
It was the one that I was starting to learn for our Chicago show and got cut short. So during quarantine, I have felt no creativity. So I thank you guys for putting this on, because it's made me strap on the guitar and have some lightness. So
all right. Well, have fun.
Thank you. Crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted, and then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering, what in the world did I do? Crazy, but thinking that my love could hold you. And I'm crazy for crying, crazy for trying,
and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. And I'm crazy for crying, crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for loving you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jessy. It's such a pleasure to see you as always. Here's to the next time being in person. All right.
Yes.
Talk to you
Bye.
soon, Jessy. Thanks for performing.
Thanks for coming.
Of course, we've got 640 people still watching, so we're in good. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. All right. So we are doing incredible. I'm looking at these numbers, Kroll. Thank you, Mia Hernandez, for your contribution. Thank you for Brittany Alberts. Your generosity means more than you know. And I still see these numbers and these help, especially Chuck Kaczynski. Thank you so much for your contribution. An amazing scientist who's doing incredible things in NF research over at University of Wisconsin. Gosh, this is amazing watching this happen. Our incredibly generous talent is waiting by, and as a matter of fact, the next one is in the wings and ready to go. Now, I'm going to throw out a comment. I see that there's plenty of comments happening here. Our next, first of all, let me tell you a little about him. Our next performer is not only a Tony Award-winning actor. He is currently starring in Hamilton. Well, that is when Broadway opens back up again, I suppose. And Broadway, you've also potentially have seen him in 25th Annual Putnam Spelling Bee and Wiz. You know, I've known James for a long time, and we always ask, what's it like to be James Monroe Iglehart? Well, one of the things he's going to do for us, he's going to do a little freestyle. So we are looking for some suggestions. I'm actually going to bring him on, and maybe you can tell us a little about it. James, how you doing, brother?
What's happening, Jeff? How you doing, man?
Good, good. Hey, you know, let's make sure that they can see that name. I'm gonna look you up here. There you go.
Go, you with it? I'm with it.
All right. So before we dive into questions and chatting, so how you freestyle, right?
Okay. So when I'm not with when I'm not doing a Disney character or like Lance Stromberg on Tangled, or when I'm not in Hamilton, I'm in this other group that I've been with for about 15 years called Freestyle Love Supreme. So you may have know a couple of the brothers in Freestyle Love Supreme. Lin-Manuel Miranda, he's one of the guys that started. Chris Jackson, the original. George Washington, David Diggs, Utkarsh Mbakar, Shockwave, the beatboxer. So we've got a bunch of brothers that have. Our crew is pretty deep. Yeah, and we have some new people like, you know, Kaiser Rose, which is Kayla, who's an amazing beatboxer, and also Young Niece, who's Anissa, who's an amazing Broadway actress. So basically what we do is we take words and suggestions and then we put them into a freestyle rap. So what I need for your viewers to do is in the live comments, if they have a word or a suggestion that they want me to try and throw into the rap I do, then I will look and see, and I will, you know, do it old school, like back in the 80s, where some of the people who you got on there weren't even born in the 80s. And back in the 80s, we used to rap to a finger snap. So we just do this and we can come up with the rap. So you guys throw in the words and I'll see what I can do.
All right. So if you are making comments on Facebook Live or on YouTube Live, go into the comments, give James some suggestions, and I'll keep an eye out for them. Brianna is helping us here. I'll introduce you really quickly. Hey, Brianna. This is Brianna. James Monroe Iglehart. She's going to be watching everything on the backside, and she's gonna see if she can't dig up some of the suggestions for word. Cool. I see one. Hope.
I see quarantine. I see hope. I see sunflower. Yeah. So yeah. Just keep those bad boys going.
All right. So how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You keeping busy in this COVID craziness?
Somehow I am keeping busy. It is a blessing. I don't know if anybody saw the Disney Family Sing Along. I got to sing "Friend Like Me" on that, and then me and some of my Disney Broadway fans, we got to do my family, I should say. We call it Disney cousins, as we call ourselves. We got to do "Go the Distance" on Good Morning America. I've had some really cool voiceover moments, so I had to buy this mic so I could sound all cool.
Oh, see, look at that fancy. Is that a Neumann?
Huh?
Is that Neumann? Is that like super fancy?
Yeah, it's Rhodes. It's semi fancy. It's not like under. It's not like under, but it's like over. It's like right in the middle.
But it looks fancy. That's all that matters.
Oh, right? As long as it looks good, it's like, oh, look what he has. Yeah, this looks nice.
Nice. So I mean, so that's amazing. You're keeping busy. Now, are these like, obviously you're very generously contributing your time here. Are there actually paid gigs out there? Voiceover.
Yeah, a few of them have been actual paid gigs. I actually also I got the privilege of writing 3 different stories, not comic books, but 3 different stories for Marvel Comics that came out over the last 2 years. And with that, I also ended up joining their podcast called This Week in Marvel. So yeah, I get to do that. A couple of times a month, which is fun. So between that and the Disney things, actually some of them have been actually, paid gigs, which is nice.
Very nice. Remind me, I got to introduce you to Howard Chaykin.
Yes,
I know you'd love that.
yes, that makes sense. Yes.
So I mean, I know that Hamilton was potentially coming to a close for you as you moved on to bigger and better things. How is this affecting that?
Well, as of right now, I'm still with Hamilton. Nothing is in stone yet. We're still working with Hamilton. Not leaving yet. Not leaving just yet.
No.
But what's happening now is we all are kind of just like stuck.
Yeah.
And when they tell us to go back, we will go right back to the history books and, give people the hip hop version of what happened to Alexander Hamilton. As of right now, a lot of us have stayed in touch. It's amazing. I think the whole world understands that everybody named Mama has had a Zoom party. So Hamilton has a Zoom party every week just to keep everybody in touch, see what everybody's doing, make sure nobody's, tripping out by themselves at the house, just with video games and water. Like, I can't take it anymore. So we're always trying to make sure everybody's together. Even Freestyle of Supreme has done the same thing with the Zoom parties. So that's pretty much what's happening. Everybody in Hamilton is pretty set and pretty feeling good. Don't get me wrong. It was a very scary moment because, a lot of us are established and a couple of us are brand new. So for all of a sudden, something just to come up like this, it was about, hey, it'll be all right. Relax. Your job's okay. Just when all this is over, we'll get back on stage and do what we need to do.
Yeah. There have been some amazing, fundraisers like this to help the Actors Fund and some of the people that are helping the performing industry. So I'm very, very proud to have you on here, man.
Thank you, man. What people don't know, and Jeff is going to be way, 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 way too humble about it. Jeff, he does this, this wonderful concert, the NF Hope concert. But Jeff is also one of the most amazing performers on stage. I mean, I got to perform with Jeff back when we were nobody. We were at a regional theater called TheaterWorks, and we did Memphis before anybody knew what Memphis was.
Yep.
Also, Jeff and I have done several shows together. Some of them we don't talk about. Also, Jeff, what you don't know is you see Jeff's nice smile, and Jeff is really sweet, but Jeff is a food stealer. Jeff is a food stealer. It's true. It's true. So I would bring food to work. And Jeff would somehow use his charm and end up getting my wife to cook for him. I don't know. We still haven't figured out how that works. We probably shouldn't talk about it here, but you know what I mean.
Is that why I never see her? Because you're worried she's going to make me a meal?
Yes. Yes. Everything you said is right. It's true.
Nice. Oh man. Well, it's so good to see you, brother. I see there's definitely lots of words coming down here. Are you peeking at them?
I am. I'm definitely peeking at them. Yes, I'm looking around.
Kindness.
Kindness.
See, what's another one?
Trying to see. Okay. Oh, I can scroll back up. Cool. That'll work.
Yeah.
That'll work.
All right. So do you feel like you got enough suggestions?
I think
I can talk to you
I think I do. Okay. I think I do.
All right.
I can keep my mic on. Let me see. There's one other I wanted to look at. What I see. Hello, Susan. Yes, I think we got some stuff. We're
all
good
right.
Here. We're good here.
All right. Well, hell, I'm going to solo you out. I'm going to make you do this thing.
Yeah,
have fun, brother.
Okay, y'all. Okay, let's see what we can do. Now here we are, NF Hope. Everybody's looking around saying, nope, it can't be done. It's not real. What's coming from his mind? All these different kind of rhymes. I heard somebody say tenacity. You want to see tenacity as we all keep it, as we keep safe in our happy, you see, in our houses, staying around. People looking for that hip hop sound. And here we are. Jeff Lebo put me on the mic to maybe give you something that you might like. Now, I heard somebody say they wanted to hear hope. HOPE. Yeah, that's the stove. That's the cope. That's the what we do. We got hope for this. So we keep on the group towel it. I see you. How do I sweat? When I sweat, I bring up a towelette. I want to be that kind of scorer. If you are in that concert, you are a warrior. You want to be like this. You want to be like them. All of us are looking from freedom. Yes, freedom. Scully, I see it. Neurofibromatosis. Oh, I said it wrong, but I put it in my song so you can understand. That's why we got it going all along. Somebody said include peace on earth. Well, I'll include peace on earth, and you'll see the girth of all the love that we have in the world. Every single man, boy, and girl. And somebody said they want to see hero fighter. I will be a hero fighter, never lighter than the highest flame that goes around. You can hear my name. I say strong in the game. Bring us together while we are apart. We are all there because we have a heart. Wash your hands, wash your hands. Say it again, wash your hands. Ooh, damn, somebody said, I love this, right? And somebody happened to say human rights. I say hi, Brianna. I say banana. People say banana because you know I'm going bananas when I'm hitting this rhyme, giving it again. I'm going to give it back because I give you some strength. Everybody's looking for some a little distancing, no, rhyming with social distancing. That's what people are supposed to do. Put on the mask and jam with the groove. Someone said they want to see my wiles. Well, I'm going to kick it back. And someone said X-Files. Well, I'm going to bring it back and I'm going to get all the rage. My name is James, but I'm going to try to be brave. And then I see Melanie. She said she loves that. Want to get on down, so we got to get the new rap. Someone said they want to get it spaghetti. I'm going to bring it back because I'm always ready. Hello, Melody. I see you there. You were saying hi to me, so I care. People want to say they want to have a little compassion. Come on, get on and make it rational. Pivot to the people so that they can understand. People understand. Every woman, child, and man. Don't you see what this concert's about? We are trying to send a little love out. But if you can, come on, I know you got it, honey. Anybody in deep pockets, give out the money. Because give out the money so we can make it happen. These are the reasons why I am freestyle rapping. Somebody wants to see it and all the kindness. Bring it back so I don't have to rewind this. So you can understand exactly what I said. If this girl's word is New York, okay, ahead. Now I'm in New Jersey. That's true. I know that. But I will say New York is the place that I have to do my job at JOB when I'm in Hamilton and battling. See, battling Hamilton every day up on the stage. People saying I'm a lion like trapped in the cage, and you want to get back and you want to see I'm not fake. I'm gonna rap about this word, say cupcake. That's what I would like in this social distancing time. I put cupcake inside my rhyme, so I'm gonna bring it back to my man Jeff Lebo. That is my freestyle for the NF Hope Show. Peace.
Woo! Very nice, man. That was impressive.
I'm
tired. I'm tired working with you. Seriously. All right. Well, dude, I can't thank you enough for coming on.
No, Debbie Gibson has not come on yet, Teddy.
Yeah. No, she will. She's coming up soon. She's coming up very soon. Yeah, she's even going to sing a song y'all know.
Whoa, that's going to be good. That's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. James knows. Hey, and by the way, everybody, you know, obviously James is a talented guy. He's been all over Broadway, but when he does this, what you don't know is that the man can sing.
Yeah.
So you ever get a chance to see James do anything, do it. And James, my brother, thank you so much.
Please, my pleasure, man.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, man.
You guys have a great night. Give what you can, y'all. Give what you can. Peace.
All right. That was James Monroe Iglehart. That's right. That was awesome. Wow, seriously. He tells me that I got some talent, but I don't want to follow that. I still see you smiling there, my brother. You're still in the waiting room. All right. So, like I said earlier, I had the honor of talking with Emmy and Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild award winner Gillian Anderson. I did want to quickly correct myself. We have opened the live raffle, so you can get your raffle tickets for your opportunity to win a Zoom session with you and 2 of your friends to speak with Gillian Anderson, but there is only one of them. Now, that doesn't mean you buy less raffle tickets. That means you buy more so you can win that one, right? So take that chance, get it open. It's going to be, we're going to keep that raffle going for a little while, and I'll let you know how it's going. I do see the numbers. We're almost $17,000 in just contributions on this site tonight. When we add in everything, we are well over $40,000 raised tonight with this. And we want to keep seeing that number grow. Remember, we're not only helping take care of NF families with those, with the folders full of information that seems so simple but is so valuable. We're also trying to make sure that NF Network gets through COVID so they can continue being there when the next NF family calls. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next. I'm looking at words for James, but we're going to move on to our next segment of our interview with Gillian Anderson. Enjoy this, and we'll be back soon. Hi, everybody. one of the things that's happened as we all sort of have our live Zoom happy hours and meetings is that we meet some incredible people. Through my friend Travis here in Las Vegas from Jersey Boys, I recently met an incredibly talented performer out in Oklahoma City who very generously and almost immediately after meeting offered up her song. So let's raise her spirits with a little bit of her. Denise Hohen.
As long as I'm singing, there's a bell up in my brain that's ringing, making a crazy ding-dong. And if this band don't desert me, then there's nothing in the world can hurt me, long as I'm singing my song. Give me trumpets, legato, put some saxes with them, strings, pizzicato, add some rhythm. Oh, as long as I'm singing, then the world's alright and everything's swinging, long as I'm singing my song. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to my sweet baby girl, Harper Durham. You keep dancing, you keep singing, and know that we're all here pulling for you. Love you, girl. Making music is more to me than a pleasure. 'Cause me and music, we go together like notes in a measure. As long as I'm singing, then the world's alright and everything's swinging. Long as I'm singing my, long as I'm singing my, long as I'm singing my song, my song.
That was Denise, everybody, and I heard that song. She told me she was going to do it, and it just lifted my spirit. So I'm glad we got to share it with you. Speaking of sharing, first of all, I did just want to point right down there, as well as there. SpringWorks, again, an incredible sponsor, has done some amazing things for us in the last couple of years, and we're so proud to have them as a sponsor. And again, every dollar makes a difference. So anything you can do, or if you want to bid on those raffles, type NF Hope 20 and send it to 76278 to get yourself registered. All right, back to our incredibly generous talent. In this case, a pop icon. I got a chance to meet this incredibly beautiful, talented lady a while back, and I'm happy to say that I call her a friend. She's pretty much done it all. She's been on Broadway. She is a Guinness Book World Record holder. And she has been writing songs and making a name in the pop industry, including her recent comeback with Girls Night Out. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Debbie Gibson. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. You look great.
Thank you. I have been so enjoying the show. Like, James was insane. I was texting him in the thread. I don't know if he got it. I was like, fangirling. That was amazing.
Yeah, he's incredible.
And then the gal from Oklahoma City, her song, yes, that was a spirit lifter. I just had a smile on my face from ear to ear.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, you have been locked in your home just like everybody else.
Yeah.
But I just talked to you the other day, and you said you had done something like 40 of these. So you're one of those people that's managed to keep yourself pretty busy.
Yes, I'm doing these. I'm doing cameo videos for people. I did a big thing for Music Cares as a fundraiser for 3 days. Like, I think everybody in the entertainment community is doing everything they can. I've always said, as an entertainer, I'm in the service industry. Right. I want to be able to help in any way I can, and lifting spirits. And so it's amazing what you're doing, by the way. And you're running the show so smoothly and beautifully. And I just heard the numbers. So congratulations. It's amazing. Wow.
Yeah, I'm a one-man recording studio.
What was that?
I'm a one-man recording studio.
I know. Like, you know what's weird? I was talking to my manager about this earlier. I said, it's like there's this extra, we'll call it excitement, but I'm going to really call it what it is. It's like anxiety. You're doing these things because you're like, I'm my own tech person. I'm my glam squad. I'm bringing up my voice. God love you. You let me do a pre-tape. I did a pre-tape performance for you. But my point is, it's like we're all juggling all these hats now. I'm not a parent, so I know you are. I don't know how parents are doing it out there. Like, my hat's off to you. I'm a puppy mama, and that's hard enough, but
right.
I don't know how everyone's, I mean, I have 10 nieces and nephews, and my sisters are home juggling the schooling and all of that, and not being able to work. And I mean, what everybody's doing out there is incredible, and everyone still has time to show up and to be generous, and that's just unbelievable to me. I was watching all the names scrolling by of everyone donating, and it's a tragic time, but it's a time where people are really showing a lot of spirit and a lot of heart.
Yeah, absolutely. And that includes you. I mean, you have been supportive of the NF Hope concert for the last few years, and this is the first time we've gotten your face up there. Next time we'll have to do it in person.
Yes, please. Yes. And as you know, and I think people out there know, and I think this is important to the cause for neurofibromatosis, I've dealt with Lyme disease over about a decade. And it also is one of those elusive health conditions that has when I first got diagnosed, it wasn't on the tip of everyone's tongues, just like neurofibromatosis is not on the tip of everyone's tongues. And it's those things that, I mean, we just all have to help one another through whatever they're going through. And so I just, again, applaud your efforts. And the reason I brought that up too is I couldn't always do your live concerts because I've had to be conservative with my energy at times and take care of myself and my health. And so, yes, I'm thrilled I can be here doing this with you guys today.
So are we. Well, do you have any projects that are actually like happening outside of your home that you're planning on, or is everything just sort of halted?
I can't talk about yet, but ever since I developed my movies for Hallmark, I created and exec produced. I'm segueing a little more into that world.
Okay.
So I have a major network that is picking up one of my movies that I created.
Nice.
A kid-friendly concept and very empowering. It's a girl power concept.
All right. Well, I happen to know a girl who's a favorite of Hallmark Channel, Jessy Schram. So maybe you guys will get a chance to work together.
Yeah. And I love my Hallmark peeps too. But yeah, so that's happening, and I'm really working on music. What's odd is, and I think I told you this too, my plan, obviously minus the tragedies and chaos that's happening in the world, my plan was always to be home right now, hibernating, making music. And so that's really what I'm doing. I mean, Girls Night Out, the single, has floored me. It's number 6 on the dance chart in the UK right now. I know, and I went to 4 here. So, and being a Las Vegas local, you saw the videos, like a big love letter to Las Vegas, Caesars Entertainment, Planet Hollywood, and so I've been having a lot of fun with that because, listen, as you know, in this business, like, there's ups, there's downs, there's twists, there's turns. You're not always hot. You're not hot one minute, you're hot the next minute. So when you're having a good month, I've been having like a good year plus since the mixtape tour and all the way through the single, and it's been like, I just wake up every day. Like, my manager calls me and she actually she calls and laughs. She goes, "What are the chart position today?" We kind of have a giggle over it because it's celebratory. It's a happy thing. And, a lot of times I've been counted out. I think if you go through the business for long enough too, she's too old, she's too this, she started too dance, too pop for Broadway, too Broadway for pop. I've heard it all. And so again, when you have those little victories, you feel validated and you feel like your fans are validated. And so, hi Deb heads who are watching. And so it's been a fun, really fun moment career-wise.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully your Deb heads can make a little contribution and help this cause. I see the numbers growing, and having you on here is certainly not only a gift, but hopefully it'll help us do even more for this community.
Yes, I have a very generous support team out there. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Debbie, I'm happy to call you a friend, and I'm ecstatic that you're on here. And like I said, next time we'll do it in person.
Yes, please.
All right. You take care of yourself. We can't wait to hear about that next project.
Yes.
All right.
I know.
I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
I'm a bad secret keeper.
I tell you what, I will save you with your own song. Here's Only in My Dreams.
Okay, hit it. guys. Keep the dreams alive. Stay safe. Stay strong. And I send you so much love. And thank you so much for supporting NF Hope. Bye.
Thank you again, Debbie. I see you in the waiting room. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to keep moving forward. I did want to quickly thank a very generous contributor, Carol Goodman, just sent us $1,000 towards this cause. We're doing an amazing job. We can do even more. And of course, the important thing here is that we do it for families. And what I'd like to do at NF Hope Concerts, it's always nice to bring some of the NF families up onto the stage, in this case to the screen, because these are the people that we're helping. These are the people that $25 means a little guidance. These are the people who, because of your contribution, have a place to go when there's a question. So I would like to bring a new NF family that I just recently met, and I can't wait to introduce myself to in person. This is the Durham family. Hi, Julie. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you.
And who is this?
This is Harper Grace. Can you say hi?
Hi, Harper. So tell everybody where you're calling from.
We are in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah.
The land of Dr. Gutman.
Yes, who is the best.
So that's all right. I understand. So tell us a little bit about Harper. So how old is she, and when was she diagnosed with NF?
Harper is 2.5, and we have a similar story to yours. Our doctor at her month checkup noticed some spots on herself, and then noticed that they were multiplying. When she was about a year old, we started to see some regressions in speech, and she still wasn't walking, and she was sleeping a lot. So I had a lot of concerns, just like a motherly instinct. And they decided to do an MRI of her brain, and they found 4 brain tumors at that point. So that's when we knew that her diagnosis was actually confirmed. So in April of last year, they did a brain biopsy, and then they determined that she needed to start chemotherapy. So we've been doing weekly chemotherapy. We've done 37 rounds, and we have 6 more. 6 more. So we're almost there.
All right.
Yeah.
Good news. Only 6 more. All right.
Yeah.
And then hopefully no more.
Hopefully good news from there, and just MRIs for the rest. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, and you guys, very much like us, you kind of dove in head first. You wanted to do more for the NF community than just support your family. Tell us a little bit about, I think you're wearing a shirt, right?
Yeah, these are our Harper's Hero shirts. We've been completely surrounded by amazing people, from the people we work with to our church community to I'm a performer, or was a performer, so the dance community. And we've been trying to I did a big dance class last summer that raised thousands of dollars.
That's great.
We tried to get the word out. We had no clue what NF was a year ago. I had never heard of it. And all of a sudden, our child's getting a brain biopsy and starting chemo. So we figure knowledge is power, and the more people know, and get it out there.
Yep, it's a very similar story. I mean, the good news about the NF Hope concert, I think, is that there are a lot of people that know how to say it, and they've heard the word. The bad news is that there's still people that haven't, and I will freely admit that, just like you, I was one of them. And I didn't want people to not know this word, and I didn't want there not to be support for kids like Harper and my daughter as well. So
I agree.
Thank you for everything you do. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for coming on. And I look forward to getting to know you and your family a little bit more as we move forward. And who knows, maybe we'll get an NF Hope concert in St. Louis and we can have a dance night.
I would love that.
All right. Thank you, Julie. So give Harper a hug from all of us. And,
We will.
and here's to good news after 6 weeks.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk soon. That was the Durham family, just one of the many NF families that today is all about helping. And speaking of helping, we have been very lucky to have a list of generous sponsors who have helped tonight. Obviously, our presenting sponsor, Springworks, Tito's Handmade Vodka, who, as I mentioned earlier, has been incredibly supportive of the NF Hope concert for the last few years, not only in Chicago, but also in Las Vegas. We have our local contributors from the Chicago area. TCF Bank and the RJN Group, and of course, the incomparable Florence Noje, who is hopefully watching with a smile on her face. She heads up our committee for the Chicago concert, and like her, we all put a lot of work into, but no one ever as much as her. And so it was a very tough decision to cancel that event. Obviously, the right one, but we are honored to have Florence and Dick Noje as our support, as well as Viracon, one of the many contributors who helped make tonight again a friend of the Pilkington family, and it's the reason why the numbers are looking like they are. We're at almost $45,000 for this evening. We still have a little bit more to go. Wouldn't it be great if we hit $50,000, $60,000 and really made something out of this? So I'm going to move forward now. If you, again, as I'm moving around screens here, if you are able to do anything, please do so. All you have to do is text NFHOPE20 to 76278. Not only can you give a contribution of $1 or $10 or whatever you can give, you can also go and buy those raffle tickets to win a private Zoom with Gillian Anderson. That's right, a private Zoom with Gillian Anderson. Speaking of Gillian Anderson, we're going to get to the rest of her interview in just a little bit, as well as some performances by the incomparable Dave Cause, another member of the NF community, Mr. Avery Roush, and of course, a conversation with our award winners, one of whom I see is very patiently waiting here. So please give what you can. Text NFHOPE20 to 76278. Let's see if we can't make a real difference. And just as a reminder, that everything that we give here, 100% of it goes to an organization called Neurofibromatosis Network. That was the phone call that I made when I first started. And they saved my life with so little. And I want you to learn a little bit more about them. So here's a little bit more about Neurofibromatosis Network.
When our daughter was diagnosed, we didn't know about neurofibromatosis. We had never even heard the word before.
We actually heard the word neurofibromatosis for the first time back in 2009. My daughter, Emma, was not even a year old.
And as a dad who didn't hear this word neurofibromatosis until my daughter was being diagnosed with it, what do? I don't even know what that word means.
We went to the library, because back then there was no internet. This was 30 years ago. And we read the information, and it became quite frightening.
And you do the one thing your doctor tells you not to. Go Google it. And the images that come up on a Google search are of some of the more extreme cases, and it scares you. It scares you a lot.
But fortunately, after seeing pictures we probably didn't want to, and reading things that were only possible in a small percentage of the people that have NF, we connected with NF Network. When I made that first phone call, the executive director herself picked up the phone and spoke to me not as the executive director of a national charity, but as a mom.
Being able to express fear, frustration to people that get it, that matters.
They're people we call on when we have questions. They're people we lean on when things are hard, and people who understand what it's like to have a child with NF.
They truly guide me in all aspects of what's happening here in my personal life. It's really allowed me to become part of a community of people that understand.
I was immediately brought into this community that is now truly more than that to our family. It's part of our family.
Until there's a cure, we need the generous support of people like you to join with us and help provide support and education when the next NF family calls.
That's who you're supporting tonight. It's an incredible organization, and there's a reason why after Emma was diagnosed with neurofibromatosis that we connected so quickly with them, and why I strive so hard every year to help support this organization. So anything you can do is great, would be incredibly helpful, and we appreciate your help. So I wanted to go back and just remind everybody that, you know, my first interaction with NF Network, other than talking to Kim Bischoff on the phone, was this. This little pamphlet. It seems so silly and it seems so simple, full of information about what it means when your child is diagnosed with NF. References information about the disorder itself, information about who to contact, and even, as I mentioned earlier, a book written for kids to help them understand what it means to have an NF diagnosis. That little folder goes out over 1,200 times a year. Last year, I believe the number was 1,278 families that got one of those things at $25 a piece. It doesn't take much to make a difference for a family. So please continue giving. The generosity is flooring me. And in the meantime, we're going to be moving on to the last segment of our interview with Gillian Anderson. It was an honor to speak with her, not only because she's a Golden Globe, Emmy, and SAG award winner, but also because she has her own connection to NF. And I've known her mom for quite a while. So hearing it from her mouth just kind of helped it come full circle. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was my kind of an amazing 30 minutes hanging out with Gillian Anderson. That tonight is your only opportunity to see that interview. But you can have your own interview with her if you want. So make sure you're going on and buying those raffle tickets. They're only $5 a piece, 5 for $25. If you want to spend a little bit more, you can actually get more tickets for your money. 15 tickets for $50 or 35 tickets for $100. So go ahead and buy those raffle tickets. We're going to keep that raffle going for a little bit. And I think Gillian and her team are actually going to help get the word out about it. So get those tickets now while you can still make something of it. All right, so back here in Las Vegas in 2013, we met a dear friend. His name is Paul Bodnar. Paul almost immediately became a member of our family, a dear friend, and an inspiration. So after he passed and lost his battle with brain cancer in 2014, we decided that we were going to start an award. We did our first one actually while he was still here, and he was the first recipient of it. It is called the Advocate of Hope Award, and it is given to an individual outside of the NF community who has gone above and beyond to help those individuals living with NF. Our award winner this year, who we were supposed to meet and shake hands with face to face, is very generously sitting and waiting to join us. So please welcome everybody, Dr. David Gutman. Hi, Dr. Gutman, how are you?
Good, Jeff. Thank you for letting me come to the party. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, so I mean, you look like you're sitting at home. You're comfortable, I assume.
Absolutely.
That's good. Are you keeping busy at home?
Very. I think this unintended stay at home has created more work than than going to work used to.
It's true. It's amazing how much work you can have when there's nowhere to go.
Exactly.
So you are, I mean, you're talking as a family member here who certainly appreciates what you do. You've been involved and sort of the leader in NF research for so long. I'm curious, I don't know if I've ever asked you this. How did you get your start in NF research? What brought you to this field?
So everything is a long, winding road, and mine started with an interest in genetics of human disease. And when I was a graduate student, I had the great privilege of coming under the influence of Dr. Jim Neal. And Jim Neal was a pioneer in human genetics, one of the first people to describe the fact that NF1 was a genetic condition. And from that, I went off to residency and worked with a guy named Kurt Fischbeck, who said to me, "You seem to be interested in genetics of neurologic disease. You should go over to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia and work with Elaine Zakai, who happened to have the largest NF clinic at the time." when I was looking for a postdoctoral fellowship, it was Dr. Fishbeck who said, I met this rising young star at a grant review session. His name is Francis Collins. You should call him. And so I called Francis Collins, and Francis said, why don't you come join my laboratory and work on the neurofibromatosis type 1 protein and figure out what it did? And I thought, I feel like I've been listening to the word NF now for 10 years. This must be my calling.
That's awesome. It's amazing that I've met you a few times. We've spoken on the phone. I don't think I ever knew that path. So here's a question. You're in research. I mean, so we've seen this new drug come out. So what is the most exciting research that you think is being done that we'll see the results of soon?
You know, it's always hard to pick your favorite child. But I think what I'm most excited about is how far we've come in the last 30 years. I mean, I was there when the first fragment of the NF1 gene was in our hand, and now we have a first FDA-approved treatment. It's just simply breathtaking. Yeah. And it's just been amazing to see how far we've come. Small incremental steps, but if you look at it with a wide-angle lens, it's an amazing amount of progress.
It really is, and of course, as a father of a child with a plexiform neurofibroma, it's that this new FDA treatment is potentially a godsend. Right. You've been doing this a while, and you've seen so many NF families. I know many of the families who you've helped along the way. Is there a story that particularly resonates with you, even years, decades later?
There are so many stories, mostly because I am just amazed by our families. They're people, both their kids and as parents, who are not defined by the condition of NF. They become advocates, they become agents for change. They do that at every level, whether it's going to Capitol Hill and advocating, or having bake sales, or local festivals and picnics to raise money in their own communities, or getting involved in research. I have really been inspired pretty much every day by my families, because they really believe that if we're going to change the way we practice NF, we need to invest in research, because research is really hope.
Right. Well, you have given hope to a lot of people over the years. There's a reason why we decided to bestow this honor on you, because you truly have been an advocate of hope for this community for so long. And it's probably a long time coming that we get this to you. But thank you so much for coming on, for taking your evening, for sharing your stories. And we look forward, by the way, next year to handing this award to you in person and shaking your hand.
It was my pleasure. Have a great rest of the gala. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Gutman. So Paul Bodnar was not only the inspiration for the Advocate of Hope Award. We decided that if we were going to honor somebody outside of the NF community, that we should do the same for somebody in it. Our dear friend, Paul Bodnar, lived by a credo that so many say without meaning, but he truly lived it. And that is the idea of taking life's sourest lemons and turning them into the sweetest lemonade. It's something that even years after his passing inspires me every day. And so we decided that we were going to honor Paul with an annual award called the Paul Bodnar Memorial Award that would go to somebody in the NF community who has taken their challenge and turned it into the sweetest lemonade. Gets me every time. That said, please welcome this year's Paul Bodnar Memorial Award winner, Matt Hay. How you doing, Matt?
Hey, Jeff. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you for being on.
My pleasure.
So when did you get diagnosed with NF?
So I'm 43 now. I was diagnosed at 18 in college at Indiana University. So I guess absolutely celebrating my 25th year after diagnosis, because at the time, 25 years seemed like way more than a lifetime away.
Yeah, well, I think 25 years ago, they might not have had an idea that 25 years is as realistic as it is.
I had lost the hearing in 1 year over the course of a semester in college, and went to see an audiologist who quickly diagnosed or suggested that I get an MRI, and I was a classic case of NF2 with bilateral acoustic neuromas. And over the next, I would say, 10 or 15 years, if you watch those prescription medication commercials, and at the end they list all of the things that could happen from the medication, I sort of lived through that with NF, where I quickly lost the hearing in both ears. Spine surgery led to an inability to walk. Brain surgery led to facial paralysis. So I really spent a lot of time experiencing all of the hits that NF can take, and happened upon the NF network and eventually you, because that was an organization when I was living in Chicago at the time, and their NF walk was both figuratively and literally a way for me to keep moving forward with NF. And when I met those people and I met the community with NF, I thought, this is something I need to surround myself with if I want to keep moving forward.
Well, you've done some amazing things. I mean, you currently work for Redux. Want to tell us about some of the work you're doing there?
So there was a time where, probably like many of us, I stuck with a job that I maybe didn't love because it had really good insurance. And at the time, that was a priority for me. I'm fortunate that I still get annual MRIs and have been relatively stable for a few years.
Right.
And the joy that I found and the heart that I found in helping with hearing loss organizations and with NF Network led me to pursuing a passion of hearing care. I actually can hear now with the help of an auditory brainstem implant. So I'm reading this. I have a closed caption device that's telling me what you're saying. But it's got me involved in hearing care full time, where I'm actually helping to launch a device that will help to keep hearing aids and implants dry, so that whether you're a veteran or somebody in the summer and your hearing aid gets wet, and maybe now it's not easy to always, we can get your hearing aid dry in a matter of minutes rather than maybe a matter of weeks. So really come full circle. Dr. Gutman mentioned before, he used the phrase "a long and windy road," which is funny to me because music has been part of my auditory rehabilitation, specifically the Beatles. And The Long and Windy Road was a song that I never identified with as an 18-year-old, but now as a much wiser and older 43-year-old. I think of that last line of "The long and windy road leads me to your door," and I kind of feel like that's what's brought me to this position and have this conversation right now. So it's very humbling to be honored.
Well, you definitely have inspired us. We just met this year, and your story already got me when I read it. But you're somebody who lives with drive, and the fact that you're doing something that you love, and that thing is helping other people with auditory issues, is an inspiration. So you're certainly deserving this award. It's an honor to have you on here. I look forward to more opportunities to have conversations with you, hopefully very soon, face to face.
I do too. Thanks, Jeff.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Have a great night. All right. Paul's favorite song was Over the Rainbow. And the very first time that I got involved with an event that he and I were working on together, we had a bunch of people singing some songs in an intimate environment. And when I asked him what song he thought would be appropriate, I mentioned possibly singing Over the Rainbow. And without a doubt, he said that's the one. A handful of years ago, I got a chance to perform that song with three amazing musicians, Mark Vogel, Austin Gaddis, who is an amazingly talented young man who does more than just play the sax. But for me, the most exciting part of that evening was playing with the incomparable Dave Koz. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Over the Rainbow.
jumble, and the raindrops tumble all around. Heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up that skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Away above the chimney tops, that's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then oh why can't I? Upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow.
That was the incomparable Dave Koz, Austin Gaddis, Mark Vogel, and that was Over the Rainbow, Paul Bodnar's favorite song, and a song that always means a lot to me when I sing it, and I try to sing it wherever I can. A couple of notes. I do want to send some thank yous. I am, just so you know, that apparently there was a problem with the raffle tickets, some international customers having problems. Just wanted to let you know that the raffle will be going for the next 2 weeks. So you have plenty of time to buy those tickets. If you have any questions or you're having technical difficulties, please reach out to admin@nfnetwork.org. That is admin@nfnetwork.org. Also, some thanks go out to Maria Garcia for her incredibly generous $1,000 contribution, to Catherine Martin for her $500 contribution, and Danu is one of the researchers out at University of Wisconsin. Very generous contribution from him as well. So we had talked earlier with one of our members of our NF community, the Durham family, another member, Jay Hale. We'll be sharing her video from Facebook as we move through the week. But we have another live interview coming up with an incredibly talented young man who we met when he performed at the live Chicago concert in their very first year, and then followed up with the second year. He's now in New York City. I imagine we're going to hear his name a lot in the future. Please welcome Avery Roush.
Hi, Jeff.
How you doing, Avery?
I'm great. That was so kind. Thank you.
Of course, of course. So how are you doing? Are you in a studio apartment? Do you have a little room to move?
I actually, well, I was on tour when the world shut down. So my tour was canceled, and I decided it was safer to hunker down with my parents in Michigan than go back to New York. So I'm actually currently in Michigan, kind of indefinitely, and then I'll make my way back to New York when things settle down a little.
But that's good to know. You have more room.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you finding what are you doing to bide your time during the quarantine?
Well, I'm an avid knitter, so I've knit. I think I'm on my 5th pair of socks.
Wow.
Quarantine began, so I'm going to have quite the sock haul. I've been going on lots of bike rides. You know, I've been pretty active, so that's good. Yeah. What about you?
We're good. I think somebody mentioned, I think Jessy Schram mentioned how lucky she is to have a backyard and a hammock to go to. We're lucky we have a backyard. There's our godsend is the trampoline that sits back there.
Excellent.
Because it not only keeps us busy, but it also keeps Emma busy,
yes.
Which is often helpful, especially because it's challenging when there's only so many rooms to go to, right? But the fun thing is that she and I both were determined to get our front flip during the quarantine, and I'm proud to say we have both landed it. So,
nice.
So next step is Cirque du Soleil for both of us.
Excellent.
All right, so you're gonna play us a song tonight. What song are you gonna play us?
I am. I'm singing your song by Elton John.
All right, you want to take it out?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is. Now you're in the world, so excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind mind that I put down in words. How wonderful life is. Now you're in the world. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is. Now you're in the world.
Avery, that was beautiful.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Stay safe in Michigan. I'm sure we will see you face to face soon enough.
I should go.
And say hello to your parents for us.
I
Thanks
will.
so much.
They're upstairs.
All right. Good. You can give them a hug for us.
I will.
All right. See ya. That was Avery Roush. He's another member of the NF community, another member and another family represented who's benefiting from this. So we are making our way close to that $25,000 goal for the day for our contributions right here on this site during the event. So if you have a few dollars in your pocket and you want to help out, remember it only takes $25 to change the life of a new NF family. Again, it means more than you know. All right, so at the flagship, at the heart of the NF Hope concert is the city that we started it all in. That is Las Vegas. And a few years ago, a good buddy of mine who makes a small living for himself on the radio, he offered to come and help us out. And not only was it an incredibly generous move, but he's so much better than me, and I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with this. But ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my friend Chet Buchanan. What's up, buddy?
You're killing it, man. How are you doing?
All right. I'm. It's all the weeks of work to go into this, and here we go. It's happening.
Do you like the Corona beard?
Until about 3 hours ago, I wasn't looking too much different than you, my friend. But it looks good on you.
I thought about shaving it because it's ridiculous. I don't know how you people with hair do it, because I was like, I spent 25 minutes trimming this thing, and I'm like, it doesn't take me nearly that long to shave my head. It's ridiculous. But I don't know. I'm kind of digging it. And you were talking about backyards and whatnot. I'm going to give you some breaking news. I'm actually I'm sheltering in place in about 25 miles outside of Seattle. I know that was ground zero for coronavirus. We're safe here. This is a farm that has been in my family for a long time. That farmhouse right there is 100 years old. And so with my schedule kind of slowing down and everything, and I can do the radio show from anywhere, I've been up here doing literally farm work all day. So I showered and actually put on Vegas stuff so we could do this interview.
Nice. I'm envious. That sounds awesome. How can you become a farmer full time? I think I'll do that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been fun with the obviously with the way everything's been going lately. I've been driving back and forth, so it's 1,300 miles from Las Vegas to here, and I've been 1 week on in Vegas and 1 week here. You're the only one who knows that, and anybody else who's watching. So,
so not too many.
I'll donate $1,000 to keep your silence.
Oh,
okay, so
buddy.
I'll donate $1,000.
Seriously, thank you, bud.
Yeah, done.
Incredible. It's good to see your face. I will say that fingers are crossed that October, which will be our 10th annual NF Hope concert in Las Vegas, is going to happen somehow, and it would be an honor to stand next to you on stage, my friend.
I'll tell you what, and this last one too was so amazing. Just all the incredible talent. You and Mel were on another level, and and just everybody. Jimmy Kilduff, Ashley Fuller. I can't even remember all the names. Chadwick Boseman. Everybody who was there was just on one that day, and I remember standing there going, "This is special. Today is special." And so Vegas people, do not miss this. Do not miss it. No matter what venue we're in, no matter when it is, where it is, you have to be there, and I'll try and stay out of the way. All
right. But enjoy being a farmer. I want to see how long that beard can get.
Oh, God.
And I am sure we will talk soon, and I will see you soon. as well.
Love
Here's to
to you,
face-to-face.
love to the family. People, this is such a great cause, and it is not one of those causes where you're going to see national, like Liam Hemsworth is not the next guest. You're not going to see all those people. This is the little engine that could, but this NF is a mother. It's a monster, and we need your help. And just by you being here, you're already invested. So jump in. Let's go.
All right, nice. Thank you, Chet. We'll see you soon. Have fun, brother.
Love you and the
love you
family.
too, man. Thanks, man. All right, that was Chet Buchanan. Hopefully, if you want to come see one of these live, you will be able to come out on October 18th here in Las Vegas. Fingers are crossed. We obviously have a lot to learn between now and then, but no matter what, we're going to be doing something, even if I'm sitting in my living room again. All right, so speaking of sitting in my living room, everybody's doing it. We have yet another performer who sat in their living room, two of them, as a matter of fact, dear friends, one from the Jersey Boys family, Quinn Van Antwerp, and a dear friend who I also know from the Jersey Boys family, his girlfriend, Mackenzie Bell, and they have a little message of love for us.
Hi everybody, I'm Quinn Van Antwerp.
And I'm Mackenzie Bell. As you all know, events around the country are being shut down, but that doesn't mean people still don't need our help. In times like this, times full of fear and anxiety, there's nothing more powerful than love and then hope. So please join us in supporting an organization that is close to our hearts called NF Hope, bringing a little light and love to people suffering from neurofibromatosis.
When the rain's blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I would offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love.
When the evening shadows and the stars appear, and there's no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. There's no doubt in my mind where you belong.
I go hungry, I go black and blue. I go crawling down the avenue. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. The storms are raging on a rolling sea, down the highway of regret. The winds that change are blowing wild and free, but you ain't seen nothing like me yet. I can make you happy, make your dreams come true. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of this earth for you to make you feel my love.
To make you feel my love.
To make you feel my love.
Thank you, Quinn and Mackenzie. Two incredible talents, very generous, good people. And it was great to talk to my buddy Chet, and he's right. This is an important one for us, and it is a little engine that could. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep helping these families. We are getting so close to reaching our goal of making sure that at least 1,000 families next year are going to have these folders. We now need to continue to dig in and try to do more to make sure that NF Network is also around to make sure that they are there when that next family calls. So tonight, May 4th, was supposed to be our live event in New York City. Last year, I had the absolute pleasure of co-hosting the live event in New York with one of my dearest friends in the world, Peter Say. Earlier this year, Peter went in for back surgery, and it seemed as though he was doing well. But unfortunately, due to complications, passed very suddenly just a couple of months ago. He was supposed to host this next concert with me, this one that would have been tonight. And so with a thought up to him and a smile with all the good times that I know with him, I wanted to pay him a little tribute by sharing one of the moments that I love the most.
Should we sing a song? Should we sing a song? Yeah. Okay. Should we do this? All right. Hit it, Tom. You're wearing black. It's appropriate. Like the wallpaper sticks to the wall.
Like the seashore clings to the sea.
Like you'll never get rid of your shadow.
You'll never get rid of me.
It's true. Let all the others fight and fuss.
Whatever happens,
we got us. I mean, we're closer than pages that stay in a book. We're closer than ripples that flow in a brook. Wherever you find him, you'll find me. Just look. Closer than a miser is the bloodhounds that's wise. I don't know.
Closer than we are to Lori and Grand. Closer than Shorty to reach in my hand.
Not a soul can bust this team in two. We stick together. Oh, come on. And when that's
sleeping time,
that's where we ride.
We start to swing.
Swing to the sky.
Ah, clocks don't chime.
What a surprise. They ring. A ding ding. Happy New Year.
Me.
And so I go back to what I said at the start. You'll need a large crowbar to break us apart.
We're alone but far from blue. Before we get finished, we'll make the town roar. We'll hit the lake spots and then a few more. But who are we kidding? The party's right here. Life is gonna be a wild, wild week. I feel like the reprise is worth something.
Wait, worth something?
I feel like it's worth something. Does anyone want to pledge $50? I'll sing the reprise for $50.
You're gonna.
It's not $50.
All right.
I've been spilling wine.
So
Do we have $50 for the reprise?
Yeah, raise your hand if you do, and we'll tell you how.
Hey!
Hey! All right.
We love you for it.
All right. Hey, we'll remind me to find you when we'll be doing that. All right. So.
I think a $50 reprise sounds a little
Does
bit
that,
like this.
does that make you happy? Are you happy now?
I am so happy.
Well then, tell them what to do.
Yeah, let's do it. Before we get finished, we'll make the town roar. We hit a few late spots and then a few more. But who are we kidding? The party's right here. Life is gonna be a wild, wild week for my shadow and me.
That was truly a joy being on stage with Peter. He did a lot for us. He actually helped in the very first NF Hope concert, and he will certainly be in our thoughts forever. We are coming close to the end here, and before we do, I wanted to bring Emma and Melody back on the screen just to say hello and thank you. We're going to finish this event with a song that is very near and dear to all of us. It is a song I wrote with an incredibly talented friend, Jelana Sampson. And it was inspired by the NF families that we've met in our journey here. It's called Believe. And by the way, if you want to look in the top right corner of your screen when the choir comes on, that's Jolana. I'm honored that she donated her time, and I love writing with her. And ladies and gentlemen, there's still time to give, and we look forward to seeing how far we can take this. Ladies and gentlemen, there's always technical problems, right? So we're going to try this again. And I'm going to make sure to share the audio so you can actually hear this song we wrote.
You with your eyes to the sky, looking for a better life down, but finding the will to stand on your own. Look deep in your heart, there's an ember, a spark that's waiting to guide you. So don't be afraid, the darkness is there to show you the way. You with a brave and tender hand, leading and inspiring, you standing like you will never fall. You carry the torch in front of the crowd that can be lonely, but you've brought to life the hope in their eyes, so keep moving on. You've got to believe in yourself, be stronger than anybody else. You gotta keep your head up and stand tall, be fearless and push through it all. I'm not saying it's easy to do,
to believe in yourself. Be stronger than anybody else. You gotta keep your head up, stand tall, be fearless, and push through it all. I'm not saying it's easy to do. No second guessing the beauty in your soul. Open your eyes, see the strength that you hold. The power's there, waiting at your feet. Take a stand, take a chance, and you've got to believe in yourself. Be stronger than anybody else. You gotta keep your head up, stand tall, be fearless, push through it all. I'm not saying it's easy to do. Just trust in yourself and pull through the same way that we believe in you. You've got to
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the incredible Jasmine Trias, the incomparable Kristen Herzenberg, and of course in our choir, they might have said, it might sound like a choir, but there are some amazingly talented people in there. That's Sarah Corey from New York. That's Jolana Sampson, who is in it as well. Kim Shriver, Travis Cloer, who you actually saw earlier. Delius Kennedy, who you might know from a small group called All for One, and the incredible Benjamin Hale. We'll be featuring a solo that Ben is sending in on our site and our social media pages. This is going to continue throughout the month of May, which is NF Awareness Month. If you're looking to buy those raffle tickets, you do have 2 weeks to get them, so make sure you get them and get that chance to win that private conversation with Gillian Anderson. If you weren't able to give, or you decide that you're inspired to give more, and or you got a friend who wants to make sure they're helping a community that needs their help, you can give them that number. Again, that is right here. That is text the word NF Hope 20 to 76278. You can do that all month long, and you can make sure you're registering to make a contribution. Ladies and gentlemen, this was our first attempt at this. It will most probably not be our last. We have a great viewership, and we appreciate all of your help. That number will keep crawling, but we are getting very close to $50,000 raised for today, and we would love to see that grow and grow and grow. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be posting more of this on our social media pages, so keep an eye out and visit nfhope.org for more information.